Barry continues to train with Wally and Jesse in preparation for stopping Savitar. HR, Cisco, and Caitlin tell him that Wally is now fast enough to save Iris, but as they're celebrating, he sees the evil speedster watching them in the distance. Julian arrives at Star Labs after coming back from a trip and joins the team. Barry and Iris tell them about their engagement and everyone is happy for them. He asks Cisco to be his best man and then Joe pulls him to the side to talk. Although he's happy for him, he asks why Barry did not ask for his blessing. While Barry and Wally are stopping a crime, the latter is apparently attacked by Savitar. Barry watches as Wally is thrown around by his invisible attacker. When it is over, Wally tells Barry that Savitar attacked him. Kaylee and Cisco check him back at Star Labs where he reveals that the vision started a week prior. Barry excludes Wally for the time being as Savitar may be watching the team through him. He then asks Julian to be a conduit for Savitar so that they can talk to him. Caitlin convinces him to do so after he refuses and the two kiss. Cisco hooks him up to the rig and Barry talks to Savitar. The evil speedster tells him that he views Barry as the big bad. Barry then asks where he trapped him, but he continues to taunt the team. He tells Barry that he was created by the actions of Team Flash. He tells him that he or Iris will have to die. Barry unplugs Julian and he heads out to confront Savitar's acolytes, Cisco traced, who are trying to free him. He easily dispatches the acolytes and is taunted by one of them, telling him to move up his wedding date. He brings back the box that he locked Savitar away with, but it has aged. Cisco works on opening it to see if the stone is inside. Wally becomes frustrated when HR tells him that he has gotten slower. He realizes that his fear of Savitar taking control of him is holding him back. He and HR convince Cisco into vibing him into the future so that he can see the event himself. Wally and Cisco watch as Iris gets killed, and then they come back to reality. Wally confronts Barry for not telling everyone the real reason he proposed to Iris. Barry tells him that he did so in hopes that it would change the future, causing Iris to walk out. Julian talks to Caitlin, who reveals that she is the traitor Savitar talked about by showing him a piece of the Philosopher's Stone she kept. She tells Barry that she had it since he threw the box into the Speed Force, and that she hoped that it would get rid of her powers, but wasn't able to figure it out. They all forgive her and ask Julian to channel Savitar once again. Julian and Caitlin argue over her deception, then he gets ready to be taken over by Savitar. Meanwhile, Joe visits Iris and tries to make her feel better. He tells her that Barry loves her and that he will do everything to keep her safe. Back at the lab, Barry, Cisco, and Caitlin find Savitar's signal all over the city. At the West household, Jesse tells Wally that he should not have called Barry out in front of everyone. He tells her that he'll make it up to them, but is afraid that Savitar has a hold on him. While Jesse's comforting him, he sees his mother sitting on the staircase. He begins to talk to her, which scares Jesse. Jesse makes him realize that it is Savitar talking to him, and Wally snaps out of it. Savitar warns him that he will be free eventually. Wally tells Jesse that he'll stop Savitar on his own. Later, Iris talks to Barry and tells him that she doesn't want him to marry her out of fear. She tells him that she wants them to be together for all eternity, which sparks an idea. Cisco vibes Savitar and sees him trapped in a Speed Force, which Barry confirms. Jesse tells the teams of Wally's plan, and Barry rushes to save him after they find the Philosopher's Stone missing. Savitar finds Wally and tricks him into opening a breach. Wally throws the Philosopher's Stone, but is then dragged in by Savitar while Barry watches in horror. The team also watches everything unfold from the lab and are left speechless. Savitar tells Barry that Wally has taken his place as a prisoner in the Speed Force. An angered Barry attacks Savitar and the two engage in an epic brawl. Barry manages to put up a fight, but is injured badly. He is able to injure Savitar as well, and then heads back to Star Labs where the team tend to his wounds. When he wakes up, they all grieve over the loss of Wally. Iris returns her engagement ring, and Caitlin apologizes again to Barry. He tells her that he understands why she did it, and that fear makes them do things that they shouldn't. Will Barry save Wally from the Speed Force, or will Wally emerge as an evil being? Will Savitar kill Iris, or will someone take her place? Will Jay Garrett come back to help Team Flash? And will Caitlin and Cisco jump into battle? Who's excited to see Eddie and Ronnie, even though they're Speed Force apparitions? And who's ready for the Supergirl and Flash crossover with Music Meister? We'll see you in the next episode of The Flash!